This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to What the Hell Anna Did in March. Woo! So, all right, we just caught up with February. We're going to catch up with March. You will have two very long videos going over Anna's life so far. We've already done January. I'm not doing it again. As I was saying at the end of the last video, obviously I've recorded this all in the same day. Anna, I feel like February for Anna was moving and having her arm surgery done, and that pretty much occupied her entire month, which I would assume would occupy your entire month. That's a lot. But we get into March, and Anna is back home in Texas. She is still recovering. I don't think she's able to lift her arms for quite a while yet, but she's also like can't do anything yet kind of a situation, so she still has a lot of time on her hands. So we start seeing Anna starting to respond to her critics. She's starting to spend more time on social media, actually responding as much as she responds to anybody. And she starts picking fights. So that's what we start to see. And she starts doing that whole like, oh, you don't know what I'm like, social media just kind of hides what reality is like. And it's like, girl, you are that is you. That's what you do. You hide yourself. You live on social media. But anyway. So, oh no, I got my days mixed up. So if you'll notice, I have a few days that I had in February that should have been in March, and I will probably have a few days from March or from February that are going to end up being in March. And that's because I didn't do a very good job of taking notes, but we'll get better at this, I promise. Anyway, the important part is that we go over all of it. Anyway, this is day one of 30 days of getting ready for me. I actually really like this concept that she does here. And I think it's interesting that to get out of the funk that she got in, because Anna's appearance, people start commenting on Anna's appearance, and not because of like, wow, she's huge. It's more like a concerned, she starts to look depressed, right? And so people have started commenting on how she appears. And some of it is mean, but some of it is also like, are you sure you're okay? Kind of a thing. And Anna starts to, in her way, respond to that. And one of the things she starts to do is this getting ready for me kind of a thing. And like I said, I think it's a good idea. She starts putting some effort into her appearance and all that. And considering that her brand is fashion, it's a good thing for her. And it's also interesting that, according to Anna, in the interviews that she did around the time that she rebranded Glitter and Lasers as being a plus size fashion thing, she started taking outfit of the day pictures for herself because she wanted a way to kind of give herself a pick me up every day. She was going through kind of a bleak moment, and she wanted to give herself a pick me up moment and a reason to, get up and put on makeup and clothes and make herself look nice. And so that is why she started doing outfit of the day content way back in the day, right? And it's interesting to me that that is the origins of the modern Glitter and Lasers, supposedly, according to Anna, from those interviews. God only knows what the current origin stories is. But that being the original, as I'm aware, to today, or at least March 1st, or March 2nd, I guess, that now she's decided to start doing basically the same thing again. And that's great, because again, it's going to revitalize the Glitter and Lasers brand, because again, she's a fashion brand, she's a fashionista thing before anything else. She's a fashion influencer, I guess is the words I'm looking for. So watching her go through this again is probably good. But anyway, let's give this a... Can we talk? Is she playing music?
Make everything seem kind of perfect.
I
feel like I'm struggling right now. It's hard because social media can make everything seem kind of perfect.
I never put that much liquid blush on.
I've gotten caught in this cycle where I just wear the same sweatsuit sets all the time. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I forgot this is the white eyeliner. I I never put that much liquid blush on. Am I just not putting enough? I don't have any blush on today. Am I just not putting in enough blush on?
But personally, as someone who loves color and expressing herself through fashion, it's felt a little bit like I'm giving up on myself, which I don't love. I'm now feeling better, and that means I need to take better care of myself. Oh, I'm getting ready for me. I actually don't have anywhere to go today. This is literally just for me. I'm actually challenging myself to do this.
Dude, did it do a little, it twirled on its own. I need one of those. Let's be honest.
Every day for the next 30 days, just to get back in the habit of doing it all.
I never really noticed how thin her hair was. Like, her hair is probably as thin as mine is. I've just never really noticed that, honestly.
I got so into picking out the outfit that I forgot to film anything. So this is day one, and I think we're starting off strong.
She likes that shirt. She wears that shirt a lot. That's the shirt we do the worm in. That shirt's gonna be famous.
I feel like I'm struggling right
Okay, so, like I said, I'm here for it. I'm loving it. Today is, it sure is, it's April the 4th. This was filmed, or posted, on March the 2nd. Anyway.
Another day.
Okay, here we go. We went over this in February. I love this outfit. Yada yada yada. I said everything I was gonna say last month or last video. Ta-da! Onward. This one's really interesting as she got a lot of flack for it. Let's make Starbucks store walks a thing. I can fuel up, rest up, and enjoy some time in my community. It's also a great way to get in a little activity and some fresh air. Honestly, I love spending time at my local Starbucks. It's what fills my cup. Starbucks ambassador. One of the things that's interesting about the Starbucks sponsored stuff is that Anna cut YouTube out. So she still posts shorts there. She's thankfully stopped posting all of her retro shit. But she's not posting long form content anymore. She hasn't posted anything since like December. And you can't comment on anything. Not only can you not comment on any of her new stuff, she went through and deleted or removed your ability to comment on anything from the entire time that the channel's been up. So you can't comment on anything on the channel. She will not interact with YouTube whatsoever. We're the forgotten children or we're being punished. I don't know if she ever intends to come back to YouTube. I don't know if she really needs to, because as far as like long form content, she can technically do that on TikTok now, because I know that TikTok allows you to have really long videos now. So she can technically do everything she used to do on YouTube on TikTok. So we'll see. But right now, you can't comment on anything. And she's not putting any YouTube specific content up, as far as I'm aware. This is March of 2025. So now the reason that she got some flack for this is because she makes this big deal. And we'll let the sound play.
I can't believe I finally get to do this. This is the first time I've been cleared to exercise since surgery.
This is the first time she's been cleared to exercise since surgery. This is March 4th.
Since I'm partnering with Starbucks, I'm going on a Starbucks run.
Okay.
We made it! Of course, I got one of my faves, the iced brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso.
This is fine.
What happened to all of the protein drinks you were supposedly doing? Was that January you were showing us the protein drink and how you were fixing your Starbucks drinks so that they were protein-orific, and you were basically buying black coffee and pouring a protein shake on it, and then you were eating the falafel? Was that January? That was January, right? I'm not crazy. Was that this month?
But I got this spicy
Nope, that was this one. I'm just confusing two videos in one.
Falafel pocket, which I've never had.
gotta have the sriracha.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even know what the falafel tastes like yet. Take at least one bite without the sriracha. Then you can slather it in sriracha.
That is real good.
Also, Starbucks brought back their For Hereware, which I am loving because drinking out of a glass cup, it just makes me feel fancy. I'm gonna start doing this all the time.
Okay, I guess, whatever. I don't like drinking out of glasses from restaurants like that. I don't like it. Somebody asked me, I said this last time too, and somebody goes, "Don't you ever go to bars?" And no, I don't. I don't know why that's weird.
Because it gets me outside of my apartment. I love the baristas at this location, and I get my steps in. I deserved a present.
I don't think there's anything in this. I think she just bought herself a cup, but I know a lot of people are like, oh, she got herself some kind of drink. And I'm like, I don't think she did. Doesn't she look miserable here, though? She looks absolutely fucking miserable.
I'm almost there.
You're like 8 minutes away from your hotel or your apartment. The Starbucks that she walked to is like 8 minutes away.
Hallelujah. I made it home.
I guess if she hasn't moved in over a month, that might be a little taxing for her, honestly.
I can't believe I finally.
Because she did have a video that we didn't look at last month where she said that she had gotten a dog walker because she couldn't walk Data while her arms were healing. Anyway, so she's not even taking the dog for a walk right now. And you can see she doesn't have the dog with her right now. So it's entirely possible she didn't leave her her apartment for like a month.
I get to do this.
I've actually seen that really clearly in the lipedema community and finding that connective tissue disorders tend to happen in that. And that research really came from a later stage patients who also had Ehlers-Danlos, also had POTS, also had.
I don't know who she... Oh, this is the Sleepwalker. I haven't listened to this episode. This is a clip from Anna's podcasts. Anna actually shares 2 different clips. She'll have a different clip on Instagram than she'll have on TikTok. We're not necessarily going to go watch both of them. But this is a really good example of Anna just kind of like talking over the guest and just kind of adding shit to it. I don't know if this guest has PTOS or if Anna is now claiming that she has PTOS. I was unclear about that. But Anna does want us to believe that she has Ehlers-Danlos. And anyway, she really does want people to believe that she's got the EDS, and she wants it to be hypermobile as well. She'll occasionally throw that in there. I don't know if we're adding PTOS. No. POTS? PTOS is completely different. Shut up, brain. I don't know if she's adding POTS to her new list of things, but we did last month add unspecified autoimmune diseases and also restless legs. So
At Raynaud's. So being able to see that, like,
Does she have
here's a
Raynaud's
group
as
of
well?
people that all have these conditions. Doctors may not see it because there's not a ton of cases around the world, but when everybody's talking to each other in that specific little bubble, commonalities are much clearer. So it is something I've never thought about, but it's a good point to make that you as a patient, by advocating and discussing your condition with other people in it, in a way can help push medicine forward by.
I need to find all of these and just clip out all of Dr. Nance's parts where she's just going and just put it to like some like 70s like stoner music and just have Dr. Nance being like some like Grateful Dead or something. It's what I need. It's what I need in my life. I would like to point out that I've watched a lot of these. She usually puts out about 2 for every episode that she does. I've yet to see one of these where the person speaking the most is the guest. It's almost always like a minute to 30-second long clip of Anna talking. And then there'll be a real quick clip of Dr. Nance going. And sometimes the guest will be like, yeah. And that's it. That's what these clips usually are. Anna saying whatever she thinks is something profound. The guest being like, I thought this was about me. And then Dr. Nance going. And that's what these clips are. Okay, anyway.
This is today's look. Got a little pop of red and a little pop of...
I like that belt. I like black and white. I like black and white with red. I like this outfit. I think it's cute. We're not going to spend too much time on it. Again, I think these are a good idea for her. So, apparently on March the 8th, she says, POV, you got full range of motion in your arms back post-surgery, and you can finally put your hair up again. So, I have no idea. Someone actually sent me the clip of this, and I guess it's a woman who is talking about a hair oil that helped her hair grow. Props to her. Anna's using it to basically talk about how she can reach up and put her hair in a bun again. Cool. So I guess Anna's healed enough that she can do that. So there you go. Anna can, as of March the 8th, get her hands above her head. This is the Starbucks commercial. That is very strange. It's a commercial. Let's be honest.
Never believe what this outfit is inspired by.
Yes,
Since
yes, I
I'm
can.
partnering with Starbucks, I'll give you a little hint.
I hate these gloves. I hate these gloves with this outfit. These gloves with something else would be amazing.
It's inspired by one of their drinks.
And she is wearing flesh-colored full body compression. I think that's cool that it exists, to be perfectly honest with you.
The base is a dreamy floral dress that's
like this
just
dress.
giving spring. For an
I would like that dress a hell of a lot more if it was like at least to my knees. It looks like a peplum shirt on her, honestly.
accent color, we're using
I love those
touches of
shoes.
lavender.
See, the thing is I love this outfit until those gloves.
And to ground the outfit, we're adding some earthy green tones.
I hate those gloves.
This is the final look, and
It's a look.
I'm absolutely obsessed with it.
Decisions were
Have you
made.
figured out what it's inspired by?
If you thought it was the iced lavender cream oat milk matcha, well, you'd be correct.
Who you be? When I interacted with this, I got onto Google. I had Google Translate going for me. It was funny, god damn it. Yeah, but anyway.
My favorite drink
C'est
for spring.
magnifique.
You'll
C'est
never
magnifique? I don't know. I don't actually speak French. Anyway, so this is the beginning of Anna doing a thing. I don't know how many times we're going to do this. And on the one hand, I love it. And on the other hand, I hate it. I hate it because she's doing it for these Starbucks drinks. But remember, Starbucks is like the only fucking sponsor she has right now. So she's got to beat this Starbucks horse as hard as she can. Unfortunately, the drinks that she's doing this with are like these really sugary drinks. I would like to say, just because she's buying the drinks doesn't mean she's drinking the drinks, right? Her taking one or two sips off of a drink doesn't mean she's drinking it. Maybe she's just taking a sip or two and then getting rid of it. She doesn't even have to like the drink, right? She just has to advertise it. So I will caveat that. But I like the idea of her doing these fashion looks with the drinks. I think it's kind of cute. And remember, she's a fashion, that's her shtick, is fashion. So her doing that, again, brings her channel back around to fashion, and that's where she should be anyway. So I don't have a problem with it there. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Anna's fashion choices in general. Like, this is one of the few outfits where I'm like, I can get behind this one for the most part. Gloves. You know, I can actually kind of get in line with this one. The cherry chai one doesn't happen until April, so we won't talk about that until next month. But I don't know if she's going to do this for every special Starbucks drink that comes out. On the one hand, I kind of hope she does because it's different and I like it and I think it's cute. And then for Anna, it's good content. On the other hand, Anna has lipedema. And part of the treatment for lipedema is anti-inflammatory diet. And there is nothing about these drinks that is anti-inflammatory. As a matter of fact, they are like the exact opposite of what you should be drinking if you were going to be on an anti-inflammatory diet. Not to mention the calories in these things are just like astrofucking-nomical for the smalls, right? I don't speak coffee, so we're going to say small. So that would be tall, wouldn't it? But anyway, I don't care. So that's kind of the thing, which is why I'm like caveating. She doesn't have to be drinking it because she's probably getting the drinks for free anyway. So she's probably not paying for them. She's probably getting them for free. So she's not spending money on them. She doesn't have to consume the entire thing. She just has to take a couple sips off of it and do her little... I keep calling it the Vanna White, but someone pointed out to me that Vanna White had more class. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. That's a slam on Vanna White. But still. Her home shopping network, maybe? Anyway. So, yeah. Although I would like to give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, she's doing the fashion because that's what Anna does, is fashion. She doesn't necessarily have to be drinking the whole drink. She just really has to pose with it and talk about it. So maybe that's what's really happening here. Y'all can argue with me in the comments if you want and be like, she drank the whole damn thing. Maybe, I don't know. She can't like everything at Starbucks. Nobody likes everything at Starbucks. I don't even like Starbucks right now. They are dead to me. So there's that. But anyhow, someone said, I wish you had gone with green leggings. This was spot on otherwise. And she said, fair, but I have to wear medical grade compression and the colors were pretty limited. That's true. So anyway, that's kind of my take on these. I actually like it. But this is the new thing that Anna started in March. Not only are we doing the getting ready for me fashion thing, she's also doing the matching my outfits to my Starbucks drinks. And I think a little bit later on, she starts doing shop the look, which again, that's Anna's old content. So she is kind of going back into her old content, which, like it or hate it, that's what Anna's channel was. So on the one hand, it's nice seeing her kind of veer back into her old content, I guess.
Let's get weird.
Yeah. Here's another thing that I really don't have any problems with. I like her like weird fantasy makeup looks. I think she can get pretty creative with them. And I understand that this is not something it does look like Jojo Siwa, though, I'm not gonna lie. It's not something you're gonna wear when you go out into the wild, unless you're going to a very specific kind of party or, Halloween. But at the same time, like, it's creative and I kind of appreciate it. She says, glitter in my hair and I don't care. I'm really enjoying pushing myself to be more creative. I think being stuck doing nothing for a while gives you a lot of time to think. So please indulge me as I evolve a little and bring some of those thoughts to life. I mean, you do you, boo. You got plenty of makeup to do it with. But this is from March 11th. This is the behind the scenes of the thing we just watched. We're not going to sit here and watch it. This one is really important. And before we watch this one, I'm going to pull up something else, because it is important that we sort of kind of watch these in order. So, before we go into the food prep video, it is important that you have some context. Anna posted a couple rants on her channel. And I think I got these off of, I'm 90% sure I got both of these off of the Reddit. If I didn't, I got them off of the Discord that I'm in. The Reddit being Glitter and Lazer Snark. This is what I eat is none of your business. Am I the queen of perfect eating? Absolutely not. In fact, this past week has been filled with questionable food choices. That said, the challenges I deal with in my body is not a result of my food choices or my weight. It did not cause my fibroids. Yeah, maybe. Kind of, maybe. It didn't cause my genetic issues. I mean, genetics obviously is genetics. It did not cause me to have autoimmune disorders. Also, eating mashed potatoes every once in a while makes me a nicer person. I mean, same. Who doesn't like a good mashed tater? And if you don't, you're either lying or you're not human. Anyway, I don't understand where the potato thing comes from. She like gets really fixated on potatoes during March. Like very fixated on potatoes. It's very strange. I don't get it. Anyhow, I like a good potato, don't get me wrong. I really like potatoes. I could eat potatoes every day. I don't have a problem with potatoes. Anyhow. So she has this post. We don't know what the hell she eats. Don't forget she posted something right before her surgery to go get her arms done, where she puts down an entire thing full of soup dumplings and an entire plate full of garlic green beans. We have no idea what she eats. Anyhow.
I'm just gonna rant for like 2 seconds.
Yep.
I don't do this very often, but I want to today. I want to rant. I'm so sick and tired of people coming on my account being like, when are you gonna address your diet? Y'all don't know what I eat.
I mean, that's kind of the issue, honestly. That's kind of the problem. Like, when Anna first started her weird weight loss arc, and weight loss is not really the word for it, her weird health queen arc back in 2023, maybe 2022, give or take. Anna started taking Wegovy and didn't tell anyone she was taking Wegovy, but she did start working with Copilot, which is now called Trainwell. And she was very vocal about working with Copilot and doing all of the little Copilot workouts and that kind of shit. But she wouldn't talk about her diet at all. And she never mentioned she was on the weight loss drug at all. And so she started to lose weight because obvi. And so once she started losing a significant amount of weight, people really started questioning WTF. And she's like, so she put a video out. I don't know if I'm not going to go through the effort of finding it, but basically she was standing there in a pair of jeans and a shirt. She's just going, and she has a little caption next to it. And it was something like, oh, did she get weight loss surgery? Oh, did she do XYZ? And it was something, and the response was something like, no, it's just, I think she said something like, it's just being active. And, I think she might have said something about clean eating. And how dare we assume that just because she's a fat chick that she can't be active and healthy? Well, Anna, we have eyeballs, for one. But again, never mentions the weight loss drug. And it wasn't until significantly later that she mentions being on Wegovy. And that was after she got called out, I think by Sam at Every Size. And it might not have been Sam that did it. She might have gotten called out by a whole bunch of other people first. It's just, I saw the Sam at Every Size video. And then I saw that Anna had come out and kind of admitted to being on Wegovy. But it was in this really, really, really buried Instagram post, and you had to dig to find it, because it wasn't even like she posted something about, oh, by the way, I'd been on Wegovy. It was actually it was like the third paragraph on a post where she was talking about a surgery she had had that was effectively a DNC. It was a DNC of some variety. So it had nothing to do with the actual post. It was just very buried. That's how she does this shit, though. So she can be like, I mentioned I was on a weight loss drug. And it's like, yeah, kinda. And then she never talked about it again. And Instagram is like it has the smallest following other than Facebook, I think. And I don't even know what her Facebook's like because I don't have Facebook. So don't ever try to contact me on Facebook. So anyway, she that's the whole thing there. Where was I going with this? Oh, and so ever since then, ever since she started losing weight during her whole like, I'm a fitness queen, everybody has always been like, oh, you're losing weight with diet and exercise apparently, or you're clean eating and your exercise. What are you eating? We can see how you're exercising because you're putting out a shit ton of videos, because at that time she was sponsored by Copilot, who she is apparently not sponsored by anymore. But so she was showing us her workouts left and right, but she wasn't showing us what she was eating. And so everyone was like, so what are you eating? Because you can't lose weight through exercise alone, right? And so she's like, oh, I'm clean eating. Oh, I'm clean eating. She would never show us what she was eating, except on these random times where she would show her garbage eating, which I don't have a problem with, right? I don't have a problem with people going out, because usually she would be out on a holiday or out on, a random day, and it's like, oh, I'm going to the beach and I'm going to eat food at the beach. Or she's like, I'm going to go to Disneyland and eat my way through Disneyland. So what? It's Disneyland. That's not technically your everyday of eating. For Anna, it might be, but the assumption is that's not your everyday of eating. Like when she went to go get the Serrano hot dog, I think I said that right. On the one hand, I can be like, you're not eating one of those every day, or two of those, Anna, every day. But you might be eating things very similar to that every day. That's the issue. So, like, on the one hand, I'm not going to judge her for her one-off meals, but but she's not showing us what she's eating any other time. And then when she did finally get around to doing the whole, like, it's just how I like it kind of meals that she was making there, it was like cheese and cheese and cheese and carbs. And she's like, oh, it's a high protein meal. And I'm like, yeah, and high fat and high carb. Are there vegetables? Like, I see a vegetable sometimes, but mostly it's usually just like carbs and carbs and carbs. Sometimes there's chicken and cheese and some cheese and a little bit more cheese. It's just like, okay, I mean, I guess it's high protein in that it's cheese, but okay. Anyhow, so people were like, oh, is this what you're eating? Is this how you normally eat? Because if that's how you normally eat, we can, and also the portions were just like massive. And people were like, well, if this is how you're normally eating, well, we can see where the issue is. And then she did her snackle box thing where it was like, I don't know if that was supposed to be her daily snacks or her weekly snacks or what, but either way, her snackle box came out to be something somewhere between 1,100 to 1,500 calories of snacks. It was just mind-blowing. And that was before she did her basket of protein snacks. So, yeah, it's that kind of shit. And now she's like, you don't know what I eat? And it's like, yeah, that's kind of the problem, though. We don't know what you eat, but you want us to believe that you eat 1,800 calories in a day. You don't, though. There's no fucking way. You eat somewhere between 1,100 to 1,500 calories of snacks, so you're only eating 300 calories of food? Anna, 300 calories is like less than one of your Starbucks, so you're eating snacks and Starbucks all day? Really? No, girl, that's not how this shit works. So it's that kind of stuff. Like, I don't even want to think of what the calories of those soup buns with her garlic green beans were. And I'm not even counting the cucumber pickles because they're cucumber pickles, but those have some calories, right? And those are just the things we saw her eat. There were obviously dishes on the table that were for sharing because they were sat in between people. So what had you also been nibbling on in between your dishes, right? It's just like... So it's that kind of stuff. You're not eating 1,800 calories like you want us to believe that you are, and you're not showing us what you do actually eat. So yeah, people have questions because you want us to believe that you eat like a bird and you work out constantly nonstop and you're 600 fucking pounds. No, it's not how it works. But anyway.
I don't make that much food content. I don't talk about what I eat.
This is true.
And frankly, you are not here watching me put food in my mouth.
This is also
So how
true.
do you know what I'm eating?
That's the problem.
You see my body size and you make a lot of assumptions.
We can make those assumptions based on past experience and, past medical research that all point to the same conclusions because, that's how research works. I can look at a 600-pound person who is 600 pounds of fat and go, I can pretty much guess how you got there because there's research that proves that. Why do you think the show My 600-Pound Life works? Why do you think Dr. Now can look at his patients and go, you eat too much? Has he ever been wrong? Ever? In the history of that show? Maybe once. I doubt it. I'm just leaving the possibility that that has been a possibility. But has Dr. Now ever been wrong about his patients eating too much? Ever? I mean, you can get indignant all you want. But if you're overweight, especially to this degree, you can be slightly overweight and there's probably some other, you might be able to blame some other issues. Like I've had a couple people now who have been like, yeah, there are other reasons why you might be overweight. Yes, there are some things that can contribute to you being somewhat overweight outside of the ideal weight zone. Because there is, believe it or not, there's a little zone in between ideal weight and obese, and it's called overweight. This category is where you're at when you're not at your ideal weight, but you're not obese yet. Okay? Just to put things into perspective for you, I'm medically obese. I have lost 12 pounds. I am still medically obese. Okay? Putting that out there. My BMI is 32 last I checked. Hopefully it'll be 30 here soon. That'll put me on the cusp of obesity. Okay, putting it out there just so you understand. So yeah, there are some medical conditions that can put you in the overweight category just because, right? There are very, very few medical conditions. I would personally say not even that many. And this is, again, not a doctor, never claimed to be one. But there are very few that I have seen that will put you into the obese category, aside from the fork to mouth syndrome, right? So, Anna, just, going on a tirade here.
But you don't know shit. Also, I'm in a slight flare up. Can you tell?
How do you go from, you don't fucking know what I eat, to, can you tell I'm in a flare up? You have autoimmune diseases, apparently. Almost all of them start with diet. So if you're having a flare up, Anna, what did you eat?
She got those red cheeks, which means my immune system is pissed.
Yeah, you know what causes your immune system to flare up? Having something in it that causes it to react. So you're either in something that is causing it to react, or you've eaten something that has caused it to react, or you're just mad. You could just have flushed cheeks because you're mad. All right, anyway. Enough of that. There's another one. Can I just go to it? No, I cannot.
I don't want this to become a trend, but I'm at it again. I'm ranting again because
It's very much a trend.
I just got some DMs that made me so mad. First and foremost, I am not focused on weight loss right now, nor should I be, because it is not something you should be chasing when you are recovering from surgery.
Every single person who has had weight loss surgery on my 600-pound life, and yeah, I am going to beat that horse. Every single one of them has lost weight while recovering from surgery. It has been their goal to continue to lose weight while recovering from surgery. I have never heard someone be told that they should gain weight while recovering from surgery. I can imagine that there are certain situations or certain types of surgery where you are told to maintain, possibly even gain, depending on why you had gone in for surgery. I can believe that there are situations where that would be something that your doctor has told you or is monitoring for you to do. I believe that. I really do. You went in for liposuction to have fat removed off of your body. I'm almost positive your doctors did not tell you, Anna, go gain weight. It's okay. It's fine. Just go gain all the weight you can. Don't worry about your diet. Just go eat your 4,000 calories every day. It'll be fine. We'll just suck it off of you again. I highly doubt that's what your doctor said to you. Seriously.
Surgery controls how much you can move. It even controls what you eat. And additionally, it's really taxing on your mental health.
How?
So a lot of this is just like getting through the best you can.
You can't lift your arms higher than 90 degrees. You're not in a full fucking body cast. What? I don't doubt that she's going through some mentals. I really don't, because obviously she is. But, like, it's not because of your diet. Maybe it is because of your diet, but it's not. Anyway, I'm sorry, Anna. This is bullshit and you know it. That's why you're making this rant.
Additionally, post-surgery, people tend to swell a lot.
Your surgery was at this point almost 4 weeks ago at this point when she did this rant. So why are you still swollen?
In fact, most people weigh more post-surgery than they did going into surgery.
And those people gain, I don't know, 20 maybe ish pounds ish. I had lots of people sharing in the comments section how much weight they gained after surgery. After my surgery, I didn't gain anything. I actually lost weight. It was water, don't get me wrong. But I had a DNC, much like she did, way, 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 way back in the day. I've not had lipo. I know lipo is a whole other beast. But I've had people tell me that even after like things like heart surgery and that kind of shit, they didn't gain much weight. They did gain some, but not much.
And that's because everything that's taken out of your body gets replaced with water and then some. So your body's and its weight is like all over the freaking
No, that's not how this works. If that's what's happening, you really should talk to your doctors. This doesn't sound like it's healthy.
place. Additionally, telling me that if I just lost weight, all my health issues would magically be corrected is so ignorant.
It's really not, though. There's really quite a bit of medical data that shows that maybe corrected, well, corrected's not a terrible word. Magically healed? Magically poof go away? No, not, I don't think that's correct. Corrected? I don't feel like that's the worst word to use.
Don't even know what else to say about it. Like, obviously lipedema can't be lost with weight loss.
Why are you spitting at the camera? Jesus Christ.
Autoimmune disorders don't just disappear because you lose weight.
According to the international standards, lipedema can go away with weight loss. We're literally the only country that says that it can't. So have fun with that one. Autoimmune diseases can be maintained or treated with weight loss because many autoimmune diseases are tied to weight loss or can be aggravated by weight loss. So the loss of said weight does help improve those autoimmune diseases. Go.
Weight might make things more manageable, but it's not a cure.
Okay, so since it's not a cure, let's just go eat ourselves into immobility? I mean, yeah, I could lose weight and still be able to walk, but it's not cured, so fuck it. Okay. Good mentality there. Sorry, my nose. The worst part about this is I just know some sleazy fitness creators, I am not one of those, I'm not a fitness creator, who are trying to sell you some miracle cure weight loss program, are going to use these videos to create content that attacks me. Okay, so here's the thing. She's probably talking about Alan. Oh, I almost called him Alan Rickman. Wow, that's not right. All right, she's probably talking about Alan Roberts, aka the Angry Bald Man, because her and Alan have been going back and forth for years at this point. And Alan has, and the only reason I'm saying this is because Alan has worked with obese patients. That's, I guess his specialty is working with obese patients, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that, obviously. And Alan has supplements that he sells. Again, no problems with that. So probably that's who she's talking about. However, Alan is not the only fitness creator, quote unquote, who has weight loss programs that they talk about. Because I know Ilona, I don't know how many clients she has currently because she's busy growing a person inside of her. But I know that Ilona in the past has offered maybe not weight loss, but weight training and fitness programs herself. And I know that there's a couple other reactors who are also fitness trainers, not necessarily like creators. Like I can think of two people who are, I know that they're trainers, but they're not necessarily like making fitness content. So I don't know if I would qualify them as creators. So I just kind of wanted to caveat here that it's not necessarily Alan, but it's probably Alan. However, there are other people that it could also be. And it could also be one of these situations where she's just like lumping everybody together into one big mash, right? It could be like she's just clumping literally everyone together. Like if you have anything to do with fitness, she's just, you are all one ball. And that could also be happening as well. Again, not me. I don't make fitness content. But anyway. This in turn will drive more people to say unhinged things to me. Sweetie, I don't need them to say, I don't need to watch I don't watch Alan's content, to be honest with you. In this is the cycle that I will be in until I magically wake up thin. I'm not the one getting liposuction and calling it lipedema surgery. I'm not the one who's trying to suck the fat off of myself. Don't get me wrong, I've had that fantasy, but it's not healthy, in my opinion. Since that's likely never going to happen, I will continue to get attacked for simply trying to do the best I can and encouraging others to do the same. No, you're not doing the best you can. I'm sorry, I will say that out loud. You are not doing the best you can. And not only are you not doing the best you can, you are encouraging people to do the same thing that you're doing, and it's so toxic. TikTok has removed your videos, some of your videos, because even TikTok goes, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. A little too toxic. So, just saying. I genuinely cannot understand why they have so much hate for me. When all I ever encourage people to do is move more, eat more protein, and go to their doctors if their body feels off. Okay. First off, most of them, I can't speak for Alan, most of them don't have hate for you. Most people are just genuinely concerned about your behavior and about the shit you say. Secondly, what do you say? When all I've ever encouraged people to do is move more. I don't know about that one, sure. You've never told people not to move, so I'll give you that one. Eat more protein. When? You've shilled protein products that you were promoting, you were being sponsored by, so I guess that's not really encouraging people to eat protein. That's more encouraging them to eat junk food that has the word protein in it. Cheese is cheese. I guess that's protein. I guess. And then go to the doctor. Your entire fucking podcast, every episode I've ever listened to, has had the running theme of your doctor's an idiot, your doctor's terrified of you, your doctor doesn't know what to do with you, your doctor doesn't know what's wrong with you, your doctor's not going to listen to you because of XYZ, pick an issue, your doctor's not going to listen to you, you can't trust your doctor, therefore, if you're going to go to the doctor, you have to be your own doctor. Like, that's the theme of your podcast. So, no, no, you're not. You're encouraging them to go to your doctor, who will tell them what they want to hear because money, but no. I also don't understand why people trust these people who are constantly trying to sell them some snake oil by dissecting people's lives and attacking them. I don't understand why people trust these people, because if I wanted your results, I would take your advice. If I wanted Ilona's results, I'll take Ilona's advice. If I wanted Alan's results, I'll take Alan's advice. If I want Fit and Full Fat's results, I'll take Fit and Full Fat's advice. Okay? That's kind of why people trust them. The proof is in the pudding. So there you have that. And what was the next part of this? Who are constantly trying to sell them some snake oil. You sell people liposuction, cosmetic surgery, protein foods, Starbucks, whatever the hell you're wearing that day, the topper on your bed sheets, your compression socks, your compression garments, your water bottle, your pills that the doctor recommended that you take, which are all vitamins of some variety and or supplements of some kind. What that shit you mix into your water that has electrolytes in it, whatever makeup you happen to be wearing that day, whatever you're putting in your hair that day. What else do you sell? What haven't you sold? So you need to look in the mirror real fucking hard before you go after somebody for selling something. Anyway, how did these people ever become a reliable source? If I want Ilona's results, if I want to look like Ilona, or even get close to looking like Ilona, I would go to her for advice. Because A, she offers it, and B, that's who I would go to if I wanted to look like a buff-ass bitch, right? Alan has many success stories working with obese individuals who are no longer obese. Alan himself used to be an obese individual and is clearly not anymore. Hell, Even the cynical dude was overweight at one point and has in the past offered to give people advice on how to not be obese. So there's someone else I would rather go talk to. Let's see. I don't know about Fit and Full Fat. I don't know if she offers advice off camera. But again, if she did, there's someone else who I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I mean, if that's what you look like and I would like to look like that, then I would go ask you questions about how to look like that. If I wanted to look like a 600-pound obese woman who doesn't give a shit what she looks like, I'd go ask you. I hate to be mean like that, but that's what you're selling. If I wanted to look like a 600-pound woman who does nothing but drink Starbucks all day long and eat cheese, well, I know who to go ask. Just not to be mean, Anna, but here you are. All right, so I wanted you guys to have that and my snarky commentary. Sorry. Before we watch this, because after Anna yells at us for not knowing what the fuck she eats, Anna decides to show us what the fuck she eats. POV, you remember cooking is a way to show yourself love, and having nourishing food you enjoy ready to eat is self-care. She says she's back on that meal prep train. Cooking meals for the week means I eat better, and when I eat better, I feel better. It is as simple as that. This week I prepped sausage and spinach quiche, low sugar, high protein banana pudding. I don't even know what that means. Sweet chili chicken over rice, stuff for snacks and sandwiches. Don't know what that means. Gentle reminder, there are no bad foods. Yes, there are. There are. If you don't understand that, that's probably part of your problem. And this is not a space to police or judge anyone's food choices. I mean, maybe not, because that's not this kind of content, but. So the thing here, what she's making is not necessarily bad. Going back to what I said in the last video. The problem is Anna's portions. We've seen her make this quiche before in her "that's just how I like it" videos. And this sweet chicken chili, or the sweet chili chicken over rice. If you've ever gone to Panda Express and you've had their sweet fire chicken, that's what this is, only I'm assuming it's not fried. So, because you can find a dupe recipe at home, and I happen to love it. So I know what she's making, but as has been pointed out by literally everyone, you don't see how much chicken she puts in, which isn't that big of a deal, but you also don't see how much rice. You just see her cooking the vegetables and the pineapple. So you don't know how much is in there. As far as the quiche, she splits the quiche into thirds. I originally thought they were fourths. Those are thirds. So she's actually eating a third of a quiche as a serving, which is a bit much. And then the banana pudding, I think the thing with the banana pudding is I don't think those are servings. I think she's just dumping all the banana pudding into one big container, so I will give her that much. The problem is the portions. A third of a quiche is way too fucking much. I have no idea how big these containers are. I'm sure someone somewhere has done the math, and it's probably too big of a serving, because I have a vague idea of those containers, because they're basically the same containers you get when you get leftovers at the restaurants, and half of that is enough for me, right? If that's full of veggies and rice and chicken, that's plenty of food for two people. To be really honest with you. I have no idea what stuff for snacks and sandwiches means, because she doesn't show anything like that, so I don't know what that is. So there's that. Another thing that she got a lot of criticism for in this video, and even I criticized her for it, and I still feel like my criticism is somewhat valid. Anna says that this took her 2 days. There are three, if not 4 costume changes throughout this. There's 1, 2... I think there's 3. Okay, so there's 3 costume changes throughout this video. Anna says that the meal prep took her 2 days to do. I don't actually care about that, because, like, sometimes meal prep does, especially if you're not used to it, right? And if you're making really complicated dishes, sometimes it just takes that long. But the sitting down to chop veggies and stuff, she got a lot of flack for that because immediately after posting this, she put a post up on Threads that said, I just got up to walking 3 miles a day. And then says something like, I'm not walking 3 miles on the trail yet. So where the fuck are you walking 3 miles? She must have a treadmill in her gym at the new apartments. But either way, it's just like, you're walking 3 miles, but you can't stand long enough to chop up veggies. Now, I did have several people point out that, like, standing for hours is a lot harder on the body than, like, moving for hours. I feel you. I do. I used to have to stand a lot for work, versus, you know, walking a lot for work. And I will say it is a lot easier to move than it is to just stand still. But how fucking long does it take to chop veggies? No offense. But so on the one hand, I see where people are saying. On the other hand, all I see is, honestly, all I see is Quirky Love Rose or Foodie Beauty sitting there cutting up vegetables because they can't support their own weight anymore, you know? Or even Life by Jen, who couldn't stand to do anything, you know? So there's that. Right. So this kicked off a whole thing. Then Anna decided to add to her list of things that are wrong with her, and she decided to add chronic fatigue to her list. So now we have unspecified chronic fatigue, unspecified autoimmune disorders, restless legs, somewhere are she is neurodivergent, yeah, ADHD, Ehlers-Danlos, maybe PO, POTS, POTS, lipedema. She's going to maintain her Hashimoto's. What else? I'm losing track of things. I'm losing track of shit at this point. Yeah, so she got a lot going on, right? None of which is her obesity. Nothing on this list is obesity, by the way. None of these things that are wrong with her, not a single one of them is obesity. She went to South by Southwest. I don't know why. I don't exactly know what South by Southwest is. I thought it was a concert kind of a thing, but apparently it's like a tech thing. I don't know why she's going to a tech thing. Anyway, she went to what does she call this? A mattress party? A mattress event? Am I old? I was old when I didn't go to South by Southwest the first time. Anyway. Sometimes I get gifted something at the exact time I need it. Remember how Anna posted something saying, where's all this money for being fat? You just literally got free clothes from PopFlex. Because you're you. And your brand is your fat. Okay. In your $7,000 apartment. The delusion is real. I'm not entirely sure what the point of this video was, other than to show us that she can do squats badly again. And she says, this is from March 18th. She says, whoops. Yep. Also, it's officially mall season in Texas. Giddy up. And it says, POV, you were told not to spoil your grandkids, or not to spoil your godkids, quote, too much. And I don't know if she's flexing on the fact that she's like, she can spend that kind of money on her kids, or if she's just like, I'm the best godparent ever, or what. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I wish I could drop money at the Lego store too. Give me Lego money. So there's that. But at the same time, like, this weird, whatever the fuck this is that she's doing here with the squats, it's just like, it looks painful. And someone was like, all I can think of when I see that is sumo. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's called a sumo squat. So, you know. However, you can see here when she's doing these, how one leg is slightly larger than the other. It's mostly in her calf, too. And this will become important in April. See how that calf is way bigger than this calf. especially the closer she gets to the camera. But it's real noticeable. I'm not entirely sure why everybody kind of went off on this one. The POV of a woman wearing a swimsuit at the pool and having a great time. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to go to the beach. It's still a little too cold for that. Cute. Anyway, wear what you want to swim. Anyone who cares needs a hobby and a hug. I don't care. I really don't. I'm going to see a lot of shit at the beach I'm going to wish I didn't see, so it's fine. I was like, why do you wear long sleeves? A, she's got that nasty-ass scar on her arm still. B, somebody was like, oh, I don't want to keep putting sunscreen on. And I was like, oh, genius. So, yes, maybe I need a swimsuit with long sleeves. Anyway, so a lot of people were using this and comparing it to other pictures of her before her surgeries. And personally, I do think she's getting bigger. I know Fit and Full Fat did the one-on-one comparisons of her pre and post pictures, and when you do it that way, there's not a huge difference, but there is a noticeable difference. And again, you can see that like this leg is way bigger than this leg, especially after the knee. Yeah, it's all in her calf, isn't it? Yeah, that's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. But yeah, I mean, all I gotta tell you guys is this is Anna in the summer, so just get ready for it. You're gonna see all kinds of Anna you didn't want to see. This one is interesting. This is the hyperbaric. There we go. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy that Anna's been going to. She says it's been a game changer in helping me heal. This is March 25th. While I originally started going to help with some challenges in wound healing caused by my autoimmune issues. You mean your diabetes? I swear to God, she's got diabetes, you guys. I swear. I keep going because it has helped stabilize my inflammation and significantly decreases my fatigue. Does it? I am also sleeping better and healing faster from flare-ups. So, way back, last video, when we were talking about February, there was a video she shared of her walking around and she had her right foot wrapped up in a leak pad. And she was saying that she was not healing. She was having some problems healing there. So, and I keep pointing out that her right leg is bigger than her left. And I'm guessing she was having some hard times healing there. And it looks like her leg is still holding on to fluid, which she does mention in April, which we haven't gotten to yet. So that's why she started going here, was for that wound to help to heal. I wonder why that wound didn't heal, because according to Anna, she's a fucking super healer. Hero? Well, that too. So according to Anna, she just heals like Wolverine. So why she was having problems with that particular wound, I would like to know. We'll never know, but it would be interesting to know why that one was giving her issues, because none of the other ones seem to have. So she started going to this oxygen treatment thing. One thing to note is there are a lot of, quote, treatment centers that are not medical grade. Because of this, they aren't held to the same standards. They often use cheaper soft-shelled machines, and it is not the same experience. One is a medical treatment with set protocols that requires a prescription and is run in a facility manager by... Hang on. I don't think this is me this time. One is a medical treatment with set protocols that requires a prescription and is run in a facility manager by a doctor. Yep, that wasn't me. The other is a health spa offering that is playing off a trend. Well, you wouldn't know anything about playing off trends. Like any treatment, talk to your doctor first and see if this makes sense for you and your treatment plan. I did know that somebody was pointing out, I think it was, very recently, a young boy, very tragically, died in one of these. So this is not without, risk. So there's that. So I am aware that that did happen, because I'm sure somebody's going to put it down in the comment section. Please don't. It is a tragedy, and pretty sure the family doesn't really want their kid being used as some kind of like CE moment. So, I don't really care that Anna's getting oxygen treatment therapy or whatever. I do know that there's no difference. There's no real difference between the hard and the soft shell. I'm sure there's some kind of like pressure difference, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't allow them one way or the other. And I think the kid was in the hard shell anyway. Don't quote me on that one, though. I could be wrong. So I could be wrong in that one. I'm not going to go look it up either. It's very tragic. I hate when kids get hurt. Anyhow. So Anna goes on about this. This is kind of, especially this, when she gets to this kind of stuff. Anyway.
I'm in chamber number 4, and this is me just climbing into the soda can of fun. I'm putting on my mask because they're going to deliver 100% oxygen to me, and they're closing me in so they can pressurize this tube. Now, I do have a walkie-talkie in there in case anything goes wrong so I can actually communicate with the outside. And as they pressurize it, it's like going underwater. So sometimes you'll feel like your ears pop. So this is me just clearing out my ears because I'm kind of feeling that sensation. Once I reach the treatment pressure set by my doctor, I kind of hang out there for like 60 minutes. And it doesn't feel any different than breathing outside of the chamber. You're just absorbing more oxygen. And this helps with inflammation, anemia, and wound healing, which are all things I'm struggling with right now. I should note I did need a prescription to get this treatment because this is medical grade hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Once I'm done, they depressurize me and I just get out and I go about my day. I always feel so relaxed when I'm done. Like it's
You just took an hour-long nap.
the best feeling ever. Come with me to...
So, I don't know anything about this. I'm sure it helps. I don't know. I've never had to use it. Nice to know it exists. I'm sure it's expensive if you have to pay for it out of pocket. So, pretty sure it probably is expensive if you even have a prescription for it. So, there you have that. Anyway.
Weak is a word that is often used to describe women when they talk about illness because...
Again, this is another clip from Anna's podcast where we spend a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes, listening to Anna talk about whatever this woman's going through. And this is apparently Bethany, who has been living with chronic pain. Anna's going to tell us about her chronic pain, even though this podcast is supposed to be about Bethany. But thanks for coming on the podcast, Bethany.
1, 2, 3, go!
All right, this is opening day at the Texas Rangers. Don't come for me. Yes, I got it right. I haven't been to a game in forever, and it's been way too long. Sad the Rangers didn't win, but happy to find out hometown team, the Guardians, did. I didn't realize the Guardians had changed their names. But, you know, I'm not against it either. Come for me, I don't care. Opening day was a blast, and honestly, Rangers fans go hard, and you know I appreciate anyone who loves a good theme. Shout out to the people who were tailgating as far back as 10 blocks away. That's commitment. So anyway, I like baseball. I like watching baseball at the stadium. I don't like watching it on television. We've already had this discussion. Feel free to continue it down in the Cracker Jacks. Horrid. What? Anyway, feel free to continue the baseball discussion down in the comment section down below. We love baseball. It's the American pastime, even though we didn't invent it. Who invented baseball? I know we invented basketball, but who invented baseball? Anyway, Anna got crap for this one. I'm gonna turn the sound off just so you can watch it. Anna got crap for this one because of the crap she eats. It's a baseball stadium. You know, I'm kind of like, it's baseball. But then you really start putting everything together and you're just like, there's a Starbucks involved. You got to have a hot dog. You got to have Cracker Jacks. I don't know about the popcorn or the ice cream. And I was like, how long are you there? Apparently this game ran for 5 hours. So baseball can go a while. Though most of the time I don't think they go over like 3 hours. I don't think I've ever made it to the 9th inning though, to be honest with you guys. I think I usually crap out. Games go a long time. Football games end. They have an end, right? They end at a certain point. Baseball games, you just keep playing the game. It just keeps going. But anyway, more reasons to love baseball, but still. And we're at a week out. What date would that have been? I don't know, a week from today. A week ago. I don't know what that would have been. But we're still in March. All right, this one was from 6 days ago. This one I will give Lindsay, the channel Lindsay, some credit for because Lindsay pointed out, I don't know if you guys remember this atrocious outfit, but back when Anna was first starting her, like, I am a healthy guru girly girl, Anna posted a video in this outfit where she is just like killing it, right? She's doing her workout. She's not sweating. She's checking her pulse. She's doing all of the things, right? She says, this is my first workout I did when I started my health journey around 2 years ago. That workout felt impossible, but I did it anyways. They kept sucking and I kept showing up. That's her favorite phrase. I showed up. Good. Did you do anything? Eventually, things got less hard, and then it was just fun to see what my body could do. I decided to have lipedema removal surgery because there came a point where I could not progress further without it. It was a hard and important decision to make, was it? I have one surgery left! It's coming up real soon, and I'm excited to keep fighting for that girl who showed up when it seemed impossible. With surgeries finally complete, I'll finally be able to start chasing all the dreams that led me to have the procedures in the first place. I literally cannot wait. What? What dreams? You gonna go skydiving? She doesn't know it yet, but she's going to remember how much she loves being active. That eventually she will decide to put everything in her life on hold and go through several challenging surgeries just to ensure she can move her body with less pain for more of her life. If you listen to this, it's Anna grunting and groaning, and I have no interest in listening to it because I don't doubt that she was struggling because we've watched her do these workouts before and she can't do them. So I don't doubt that, but some of these are just like ridiculously overly dramatic, like that big flop on the floor. And again, going back to the watching larger bodies struggle thing. Now, going back to Lindsay, the channel, Lindsay was able to find the original film of this from 2 years ago now. And again, Anna's having no issues. There's background music. There's none of the grunting and groaning that's going on in this video. So the narrative that Anna was spinning back 2 years ago with this exact same footage was that this was nothing, that she was strong and she was capable and that this workout was amazing and all of that good stuff. But now that it serves her narrative, now this workout was a struggle and it was hard and she was enduring it and isn't it great and oh, she's come so far. And it's like, no, that's not the story that you were telling. Anna this year has become the queen of revisionism. And this is like example number 3 of it. So we've got her podcast where she's literally just rewriting every fucking thing she can about the history of her Glitter and Lasers brand, including her own personal history. And then we've got this where she's trying to rewrite her history from 2 years ago. The problem is we can still go back and find this footage. So which one's the truth, Anna? This one, obviously, because there's audio to this one. But then later on this month, she'll, in March, she's going to go on a podcast called the Lipedema Mamas Podcast, where she's just going to completely rewrite everything again. So she just becomes, this year, 2025 becomes the year of revisionism for Anna. And this month, between February and March, it just becomes like the retelling of Anna, the rebirth of the rebrand of Anna. And it just becomes a little annoying, honestly, because it's lying is what it is. This is from 4 days ago, which would make it April 1st. So we're going to have to leave this one here. Talking about Anna and her outfits matching her drinks again, though. This is going to be the cherry chai latte outfit. We'll talk about it later. I've already covered it regularly, so we'll go over that. All right, going to jump over to Instagram real fast. So this is from March 1st. This is I just need to have this here so I can go, look what I can do. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Okay, no, we're over it now. All right. This is catching up with Anna. This is from Amron's page. Anna's just resharing it. We don't really need to watch it too much. This is just Anna's interview with Dr. Amron before her 3rd surgery. We saw her get ready for it in one of her videos. You know, she went in wearing compression on her arms, and then she wasn't wearing compression on her arms. That was this time. We don't need to see her dancing again. All right, this is the food prep one again. We'll come to this in a second because it's going to take me more time to talk about it. She got gifted these hair bows. She said, hottie is a mindset, and baby, it's about to be hot as hell. Shout out to Vintage Show Pony for his totally adorable collection with the sassy olive. I'm obsessed with wearing the head wraps as bows. It's giving toddler core, but again, I'm not joking. It really is a thing. This is another one of Anna's podcast clips where Anna's talking. This is the cherry chai. These two I haven't gone over yet. We will go over them in a different time. However, we want to come over here real fast. Let me knock this one out real fast. Let's come here. So, this is Anna's ad for her being on the Lipedema Mamas podcast. Anna O'Brien is known for her bold social media presence as Glitter and Lasers, garnering a following of close to 12 million. No, she does not have 12 million followers. At best, she has 8.5. That's a big difference. And even then, 8.5 is only on TikTok. And even then, most of those people are not active. So, stop lying. Anna does everything with authenticity, color, pizzazz, and captivating candor. Some of those are true. She loves sharing about the things she really loves online. She has recently undergone several lipedema removal surgeries, including a brachioplasty, and she did it all in real time in front of her followers. Kinda. Anna hopes to bring awareness to lipedema through her transparent journey. And we think she's doing an amazing job. I bet you do. She's also started her own podcast to bring awareness to other lesser-known conditions. Check it out at Medical Detective Podcast. Listen as we get some spicy takes from her about what it's like navigating this life with lipedema and other health issues on this podcast, on this episode of the Lipedema Mamas podcast. And then there's just some other information there. So the thing you need to know is these two women here. Can you see them? No, you can't. Oop, there we go. What you need to know, these two women here are also patients of Dr. Amron. I don't know which one is Sean and which one is Ashley, but one of them has had weight loss surgery that they apparently failed. They had it. They lost 30 pounds. And I don't know what happened after that, but they apparently were not happy with those results. I'm going to guess they gained it back. And then they went and had liposuction with Dr. Amron. They have interviewed pretty much every person that Colin Mockery went over in his documentary about lipedema that Colin called into question as either being profit-driven or not being, basically being a quack. Those are my words, not Colin's. So these two women are patients of all of those doctors. Anna is also now a patient of that little group. So this podcast is, this Lipedema Mamas podcast is part of that ecosystem of that lipedema in misinformation cycle, right? And Anna has now become part of that as well. So Anna is fully 100% at this point ingrained into this misinformation ecosystem that Amron and Herbst and all of the others are now part of. And this is just coming full circle here, in my opinion. So there's that. And that's all we're going to get off of this. All right, this is the glitter and snark. Glitter and bagel snark. From Alina Prince. This is more from the Lipedema Mamas podcast. I've already gone over both. I've already gone over it in 2 different episodes. So again, I'll try to link it down below. I just kind of wanted to use their notes because they really do this person really does kind of hit on all of the highlights of the podcast. I like the way she's got it broken up. They have it broken up. Just little things here. Anna doesn't like the term overweight because she doesn't think there's a set weight. Anna says something like she doesn't believe that there's an average, and it's like, A, you work with statistics, you damn well know there's an average, and B, if there's no such thing as average, then how the hell are you taking medication? Anna does point out that at the age of 6, she was the same size as her 12 and 13-year-old cousins. Anna's tall, and I imagine she probably hit her height pretty early. But Anna's also always been big, and she has said as much in her book, which I don't know if Anna views her 2018 book as being factual anymore. So, I don't know. I guess this quote was particularly stood out to her. People are always asking her, why are your fingers so thin? And Anna says, it's because I have lipedema. Well, her hands are not thin anymore. So this is, remember I was telling you guys, I think last video, Anna said that she had started working with an obesity research doctor in Houston. She gave no timeline for when this has happened. That's true. And she claims she had started doing that because she wanted to understand why she was so big, because it didn't make sense to Anna that why she was so obese. And it was like, well, so she starts seeing this obesity doctor, and the obesity doctor put her on a GLP-1 just to see how it did. Anna says that she instantly started to feel better and she was moving around a lot, but then apparently she plateaued or something on it, and then it stopped working, basically. And then they tried to put her on other meds. The meds didn't work. And so then that's when the doctor said, well, this is the obesity doctor, who was working out of like a research facility, by the way. That's when the doctor told her, well, I think I can diagnose you with lipedema, but I can't treat you with lipedema. This is according to Anna in the Lipedema Mamas podcast. This is a different story than what she told in her own podcast, which is also slightly different than the story she told in her videos before she started treatment for her actual lipedema about 2 years ago. Anyway, so in this current episode, she says that her obesity doctor told her that she could diagnose her with lipedema, but she can't treat her. So Anna decided at that point that she was going to go on PubMed and read articles on actual medical journal articles on PubMed. And from there, she selected Dr. Amron to be her doctor, which, I'm sorry, makes no fucking sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Especially since it is a completely different story than anything she has said in the past. In the past, she has said that her obesity doctor recommended Amron because Amron worked with Karen Herbst. That was the original story of how she got to Amron, along with she went to see other specialty liposuction doctors, and they wouldn't operate on her because she was too big, but Amron would. He didn't have a BMI cutoff. Those have been the stories in the past. Now with this episode, now the story has become, oh, I got on PubMed and read a bunch of medical journals, and I selected Amron out of all of these journals. Again, I don't think Amron's published much. If she had said I found Karen Herbst and then found Amron through Herbst, that would be slightly more believable, but only slightly. Anyway, Anna points out that she doesn't actually have fat rolls. They're just pools of plasma. This is something that she got told by Herbst last time. Well, the one and only time she went to go see Karen Herbst, when she was in the egg machine thing. That the pools, the fat rolls that she has, they're not actually fat rolls. They're just pools of plasma because her blood vessels are leaking into her arm. She goes on. The author here is kind of pointing out that Anna does this like word salad thing after she gets done reinventing her backstory. Anna starts talking about the actual like liposuction and why she had it done. Now, keep in mind, Anna doesn't have lymphedema. She was told by Karen Herbst that she does not have lymphedema. She has lipedema, but not lymphedema. Anyway, so Anna starts this word salad where she's talking about how she can't lose weight because her pathways are blocked, and so the liposuction is going to open up and clear the pathways in her, I think her lymph system, I think is what she was going for there. And that once those pathways were open, she might start losing weight again. But she couldn't lose weight otherwise. And that without the surgery, her only options were to live life like a vegetable or to get the surgeries. And I don't understand what the hell she meant by that. Because up until April of 2024, Anna was running. Anna was supposedly doing yoga. Anna was all sorts of exercising all over the place because she was still working with Copilot, aka Trainwell. So Anna was super, super active, all kinds of bullshit. And then in April, she suddenly couldn't move anymore, and she couldn't walk, and she couldn't bend her legs and her arms, and yada, 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 and everything was painful. Suddenly. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about there. Oh, yeah, and then... Yeah. And then Anna, being the specialist of special people, she can hear the lymph in her body moving around because she has ultrasonic hearing, apparently. So she can hear her lymph in her body moving when she goes and gets a lymph massage. So that's kind of weird, and I don't believe it. And then she tells us that she's going to get her stomach's done next because that's where the lymph is now pooling, aka the fat is now depositing. And then at the end of the episode, her and her co-hosts go on this tirade about how weight loss surgery is bad and doctors only recommend weight loss surgery because they get paid for it, and GLP-1s are bad because basically because it's an easy way out. And they basically spend the rest of the podcast vilifying any other form of weight loss other than liposuction. And so that's basically how they go out on the episode. They basically just spend the rest of the episode shaming people who have gotten weight loss surgery or who want to use GLP-1s. Now, keep in mind, Anna should currently be on Wegovy again, because she claimed a while ago that she was going, I think back in January, that she was going to go back on Wegovy to help with her inflammation. That's not what Wegovy is prescribed for, but who knows? Maybe it's being used off-label for that now. I don't know. I doubt it. But either way, Anna supposedly is supposed to be on Wegovy right now, but yet she's on a lipedema podcast bad-mouthing GLP-1s. Anyhow. But so, yeah, so that was the podcast. And I was just really using this person's notes because pretty much hit all the highlights of the episode. Okay, that was Instagram, and that was TikTok. I've got some stuff that we pulled off the internets that I had to save. All right, so this is a screen cap of, I think I got it off of the Reddit again. This is a video, there is a video to this, but all she does is like move things around, so it's not really a lot going on. She says, some days you just need a break, so instead of cooking for the weekend, I ordered a family order of Nando's chicken to meal prep for the next few days. With the new Selena album running on repeat, I'm using today to get recalibrated after a busy few days with my godkids. I've physically been pushing myself a lot And it's important I don't forget to rest while building up my stamina. Old me didn't prioritize rest. I would throw myself into a huge flare by overdoing it and set myself back even further. I'm going to relax today so I can confidently take on tomorrow. So, first off, the amount of food that you see here, that's actually 2 family meals, as people on the Reddit found out, and I'm sure other places they found out as well, but I got this off Reddit. So this is actually 2 family meals. I don't know who the fuck she's lying to here. Another thing that I think it was Spit and Full Fact speculates is that it's possible that she's actually being sponsored for this by Nando's, because she has been apparently sponsored by Nando's in the past. So this could possibly be another sponsorship. Thirdly, she got a lot of crap for this. Because I mean, I'm not saying you can't meal prep with this, but it's just really not the healthiest thing to do. I've already gone over this, and I talked about, when I used to work at the comic shop and the guy who would walk up and down the street and just get food at the restaurants as take-home meals, and that was how he grocery shopped. He didn't cook, he just got meals at the different restaurants for the week. It kind of reminds me of that. It's not great. So, but here we are. There's that. Somebody else pointed out that she may have gotten this idea off of TikTok, because I guess people are ordering like catering meals from Chipotle, I think it is. And then they're meal prepping with the catering meals from Chipotle. That doesn't really sound like the worst idea. I mean, other than you're spending a lot of money on things you could very easily make at home, but like Chipotle isn't the worst thing you could eat if you have to eat out, because it's just beans and rice and meat and stuff. But again, you can make all of that at home like really fucking easy. So I don't know why you want to pay that kind of money for that kind of food. You can even make cilantro lime rice at home like in 10 minutes, if that. Like however long it takes you to cook rice, that's how long it's going to take you to make that rice. So it's that kind of a thing. But that being said, if that's where she's getting the idea from, she obviously missed the point. Because I think you could, if you're going to do that kind of a thing, like you want to pick something like Chipotle, where the ingredients are mostly whole foods and mostly like not super duper processed. Like there's only so much you can do to rice. But anyway, she clearly missed the point. Another thing I want to look at is comments from the podcast, because unlike Anna's podcast, where they delete all of the negative comments, the Lipedema Mama's podcast apparently did not. So this is from the Lipedema Mama's podcast, and these are just the comments that had popped up. She didn't have a lot of comments underneath it. It's not that big of a podcast. I'm not trying to slam it. It's just not a very big podcast. So it doesn't have a lot of reach. Maybe it will now that Anna's been on it. Maybe. But comments are things like, why did you platform a liar like Anna? Another person said, Anna is always changing her story. She got her name Glitter and Lasers from a weight loss blog she did with a friend. Anna was Glitter and Lasers was her friend. Anna was under 400 pounds during the blog at the time. She is untrustworthy. Another person says, she's changing up her stories. I'm not sure which is true. That's my opinion, having watched her since the beginning. And another person says, more lies and delusions from the queen of gaslighting her audience, Anna O'Brien. And the final one says, I don't agree with having this person on your podcast. She is spreading medical misinformation, and that is dangerous to vulnerable listeners / viewers. So these are the comments on the podcast. Now, I haven't gone and checked it as of today. This is just what they were last time I was looking. So there you have that. I think it's nice that the podcast isn't deleting the negative comments. It's not great for Anna, but they're not doing that. So, and that, friends, my friends, I believe is everything. I'm sure I've missed a few things here and there. As I said in last video, I'm not going over my own videos from March. When I do my when I do my review at the end of the year, I would probably go over my own videos. from March, but as you can hear, my voice is about to go. These are 2 very long videos, these monthly reviews. I hope you guys are enjoying them. I am actually enjoying them, so it is helping me catch up on things that I didn't realize I missed. But whew, we're not doing 2 months in a go next time. We're doing April. We're going to do April's review in May. We're going to do these a month at a time because doing 2 months at once was a rough. So anyway, there's that. And what else do I have to say here? So yeah, what did we do in March? March, we basically, Anna basically kind of woke up. She recovered mostly from her surgery, so she started picking fights on the internet again. She yelled at all of us because we dared to question what she eats. She kind of started opening up about what she eats. Nando's. I don't think there's anything wrong necessarily with Nando's. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with having a meal or 2 out, but maybe not like your whole ass diet. Because, I mean, Amber's the way she is because she eats out all the time. Foodie's the way she is because she eats out all the time. Rosie was the way she was because she eats out all the time. Just saying. So anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anna had a little moment where she kvetched about things, about how people don't like her and how dare we question her and we don't know anything about her and how dare we ask questions of influencers. How dare. And yeah, we made a little outfit to match our drinks. Starbucks is clearly our only real supporter right now. She clearly needs to get some more sponsors, but since she's not doing any fashion hauls, she doesn't really have the ability to get any like fashion sponsors right now. So that's interesting. I hope I hope she changes that, honestly, because that's honestly her brand. And there's that. So we are going to go into April as we normally do with a bang. We're gonna do the worm. We're gonna do the worm into April. You think I'm joking? Oh, you're wrong. So all right, this is March. Let me know what I missed. Let me know what your favorite moment in March was. I'm sure I've missed something. And that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. Go ahead and put a chicken down in the comment section because I'm still staring at the Nando's picture even though you can't see it. Yeah, that's your emoji down in the comment section. That's all I've got for you guys. I hope these are informative. I hope you're enjoying them. I know they're super long and probably they're going to continue to be this way because just a lot's going on, you guys. There's just a lot happening. But anyway. We don't really need to go over YouTube so much because, again, Anna's ignoring YouTube right now. Until that changes, there's really no reason to go over YouTube, which is actually kind of good for these little reviews because I don't have long-form content to look at. Whew. All right, I need a break. So, tell me what your favorite part of March was. Tell me if I missed anything. Argue with me where you need to argue with me because I think I said a couple times that I wasn't sure about things or whatever. Your emoji is a chicken, and I will see you in the next video.
This is
Bye!
my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.